If you clicked on this video, you're probably a teenager looking to get into the world of stock market investing, or maybe you're a parent watching this for your kid. If that's the case, this video might be a little bit awkward for you to watch because I'm going to be telling you guys my personal experience investing in the stock market as a teenager, all the way from convincing your parents to even let you start investing to some strategies I recommend teenagers try out in the stock market. First things first, before you even start investing, you want to get the permission from a parent or someone over the age of 18 years old to quote unquote have ownership of your stock market account until you turn the age of 18 years old. This may pose a challenge depending on who your parents are, but if I were to give you guys any advice, I would break down these numbers to the person you're trying to convince to help you set up a stock market account. On average, in the stock market, your money will double every single 8 years. So for example, if you put $1,000 into the stock market when you're 13 years old, that money will be worth a staggering $2,000 by the time you're 21. By the time you're 29, that money will double once again all the way up to 4 bands. And finally, when you're age 63, pretty much just ready to take all of your riches with you to the grave, that initial $1,000 you put into the stock market at 13 will be worth $89,000. That's the power of compounding interest, my friends. This is a very important lesson to learn at a young age because essentially, if you're watching this video right now as a teenager, every single dollar you spend on video games, drugs, or God forbid, even worse, Starbucks, that's $89 in future money if you would have invested the cash instead. For example, this Starbucks cup right here didn't cost me $4. No. It actually cost me $356 in future money. Essentially, if you were trying to convince your parents to let you start investing, the key thing that you want to push is the fact that time in the market, meaning how long you have your money invested for, is crucial to building long-term wealth. Another argument that your parents may have when you tell them you want to start investing is the fact that the stock market can be risky, and although this may be true if you're doing something crazy like day trading, I would absolutely recommend you don't do that and instead do some long-term investing. And if you're doing that, on average, blue chip stocks average a return of about 8 to 9% per year, and I'd like to see Karen get that from a high yield savings account. That actually brings me to section 2 of this video, and that is strategies for investing as a teenager. Now, the first and most sexy option for making money in the stock market as a teenager is through this method of investing known as short-term investing. This is essentially where you day trade, swing trade, and although this may make you a lot of money if you know what you're doing, chances are if you are watching this, you don't, since 90% of day traders either lose money or break even. I am honestly not proud to say this in this video, but I've recently been dabbling in the world of day trading with a very small percentage of my overall net worth, and it's honestly been going pretty well so far, to say the least. In case you guys are curious what day trading looks like, well, here's a live trade I did this morning. What's up, guys? I just got ready for the morning, and as you guys can see, I'm about to buy some call options on Microsoft stock. I'm in this stock trading Discord, and the guy mentioned that it looks like it's about to break out on its daily chart, so I'm gonna be buying some calls super shortly as soon as confirmation hits, and hopefully we make some money. Alright guys, I'm just about to buy into Microsoft calls with $516 in cash. Let's see how this is going. I'm really nervous because yesterday was not a good day for trading, that's for sure. Okay, so we bought in at an average cost of $1.31 per contract. We're currently down $6. After being in this stock trade for 15 minutes now, I'm currently down $89 or 13.61%. But you know what? I'm gonna continue holding because I trust the process. It's literally a minute later and I'm already back in the green, baby. Let's refresh. Up 36. Oh my gosh, guys, that turned around so quick. I was literally down $80 like 2 minutes ago. I forgot to update you guys after this, but essentially after I saw those gains, I started selling out of my position, and after everything, I secured about $35 in profit. As you guys could probably tell from that clip, this way of making money in the stock market is extremely stressful and largely ineffective if you don't know what you're doing. I've seen people try day trading and literally lose their life savings in a matter of minutes by following trades they saw on the Wall Street Bets subreddit. For the most part, I wouldn't recommend any teenagers try to get into this way of making money in the stock market, as it's extremely risky and stressful, and if you're a teenager, you have plenty of time to make money in the stock market, so there's no need to try and get rich quick. Anyways though guys, I'm not going to tell you guys what to do, so if you want to get started day trading as a teenager, I would recommend trying to get a custodial brokerage account set up with the platform TD Ameritrade. The reason I recommend TD Ameritrade over any other brokerage service is they offer some of the best charts for technical analysis, and if you're day trading, you're gonna need those charts. WeBull is also a really good service for day trading, but unfortunately, they don't offer any kind of custodial accounts, so you're gonna need to be 18 or 21 to create a WeBull account, depending on where you live. The second strategy for investing I would absolutely 100% recommend most of you guys get into is what is known as long-term investing. This is essentially where you buy a stock or ETF with the intention of holding it literally forever, or at least for the next 3 to 5 years in the future. This is what I like to do with most of the money I invest, and in case you guys are curious what kind of stuff I'm invested in for the long term, well, let's take a look at my 2 long-term investment portfolios. The reason I have not 1 but 2 long-term investing stock market accounts is one is what is known as a Roth IRA, and the other one is just a regular custodial brokerage account. The difference between the two is that with the Roth IRA, I'm able to put up to $6,000 per year into the account, and whatever gains I make between now and the time I'm aged 55 is 100% tax-free, so it's basically a legal way to commit tax evasion. The only thing with the Roth IRA is I believe to be able to put $6,000 per year into the account, you need to have some sort of earned income from a job or business you have, because if you look at it from the IRS's perspective, they're not going to let you put $6,000 into an account and let it grow tax-free if you've never reported any kind of earned income. With that being said, as you guys can see, with the money I have in my Roth IRA, I keep it super boring by putting it all in a VOO ETF, which essentially follows the general stock market. As for my brokerage account over here, you guys can see I spiced it up a bit by putting it into some individual stocks such as Apple, Facebook, Boeing, Dave & Buster's, Disney, and even Carnival Cruise Line, which I'm still getting killed on. All of these stocks and ETFs I currently own are companies I never intend to sell, because why would I trade solid assets I absolutely believe in for depreciating American dollars where the government can just print money like it's Monopoly? This roughly $14,220 I have invested in long-term stocks and ETFs right now will eventually be worth $1,200,000 50 years from now if the portfolio averages just a 9% average return over the next 50 years. Essentially, ladies and gentlemen, I am already a millionaire, so I might as well go out, grab a payday loan, and get that Lamborghini I have always dreamed of. No joke, for the fun of it, I'm actually gonna go out and try to call a payday loan service to see if they give me $200,000 to buy that Lamborghini I've always dreamed of. So let's go ahead and call the nearest payday loan service to me.
USA Payday Loans, Ariana speaking.
Hi, I was looking to potentially get a loan.
Okay. Did you do an application online?
No, I actually have a few questions before I go ahead and do that. So I want to buy a Lamborghini, which is like $200,000. Do you think you guys could potentially give me a loan for that amount?
No, we only go up to $1,500.
Okay, so do you guys think you could make an exception?
What do you mean an exception?
Because I want to buy a Lambo.
No, we only go up to $1,500.
Second question, what would the interest rate be when I get the Lamborghini?
Probably either 4.25 or 2.25.
Oh, 225%. Okay, that's a pretty good deal. Stupid jokes aside, if I were to give you guys any advice when it comes to long-term investing, I would say stick to buying blue chip companies that you personally use in your everyday life, or maybe consider buying an S&P 500 ETF, which essentially follows what the 500 largest companies in the United States are doing in terms of stock performance. In terms of ever selling your stocks, I would pretty much absolutely never recommend it, because I have a really sad story I want to tell you guys about a time I bought a stock back in 2017 that I stupidly enough decided to sell. This was one of the only stocks I ever sold, and let me tell you guys, it was a very bad decision. Back in 2017, I bought into Tesla stock for $300 a share, and although this isn't really a blue chip company, I decided to put some money into it since I thought Tesla could potentially be a really big company in the future, and I would totally buy an electric car from them if I had enough money to buy one. Long story short, over the next 3 years, Tesla stock absolutely exploded all the way up 10x 10x from where I bought it, but unfortunately I sold out of my $300 position when the stocks I bought were worth $900. Guys, I feel like Gary Vee when he lost out on the opportunity to invest in Uber.
All I had to do was give them $25,000 and it would have turned into $300 million just a few years later, and then I could have bought the jets by now. Stupid, stupid, stupid. When I really think about it, it makes me want to
My new philosophy is that since we are getting started with investing so young, there really isn't any reason to ever sell any of the stocks we buy as long as they're companies we believe will be around and profitable forever. Of course, that's way easier said than done, but that's just a piece of advice I wanted to give you guys. With that being said, I hope this video acts as a good starter point for those of you teenagers out there looking to get started with investing. And also, if any of you guys are interested in learning how to make money with side hustles, well, that's what this channel is all about. So please consider subscribing, and also check out this video right here where I go over the top 5 side hustles to start with no money.